Welcome to Grandma's Attic Music Review. Whew. Summer's on its way. It's nice out, right? Yay! So, oh my goodness, we say this name on the show maybe too many times, but every once in a while I have to give credit where credit is due. When we were in the beginnings and throes of the pandemic, Terry was out there doing music, making music, whatever, and she sent musicians to me that I had never met before. Then we all started getting involved, and the music community in Connecticut is just absolutely stunning. It's prolific, it's inviting, it's original, and they all love each other, and they all get together and do stuff together. So when she said, I've got a new musician for you, I'm like, someone I don't know? And she said yes. So we got together to talk. No, we didn't get together. We got on the phone and talked. And I think we had a really long conversation. But we decided that this gentleman being on my show is definitely something we want to do. And now I've heard him sing one song. But he has a history, and we're going to talk about that. And he's got some really important things to say. He does some really serious work for some nonprofits. He believes in his community, and he believes in music. So, that being said, I want to introduce you to, I hope that your ears are open and your heart is ready for what he brings to the table. Please, listen to and enjoy Mark Place.
Thank you. Hello, is that really you? Hello, I thought it could not be true, but hello, you never made a sound. Now you turn my head around. Hello, you sneaking up on me. Hello, you thought I could not see you, but hello, you never made a sound. Now you turn my head around. Something's going on in now, just what I cannot say. Does it really matter, just as long as you can stay? Something's going on in now, just what I cannot say. Does it really matter? Does it really matter? Hello, is that really you? Hello, I thought it could not be true, but hello, you never made a sound. Now you turn my head, yes, you turn my head, and now you turn my head around. Oh, you turn my head around. Oh, you turn my head around. Thank you. Hello. This is called What Can I Do With My Love? And recently did a benefit for UNICEF with Yale University students. And this is a little thematic of the UNICEF mission. So it's called What Can I Do With My Love? I've been lied to, and I've been misused, and now I'm left so confused. What can I do with my love? I've been pushed around, I have my feet dragged on the ground. When I lift my head to look around now, what can I do with my love? I've been lied to, misused. What can I do with my love? Lied to, misused. What can I do with my love? I'm sitting here thinking about the light that shines up above her. It's got my body aching now. What can I do with my love? I've been lied to, misused. What can I do with my love? Lied to, misused. What can I do with my love? Thank you. Next song I'd like to do, it's called Here I Try, and this was a song that was the lead song on a record I did with Columbia Records. We were just all talking about Bob Dylan, and the person that I worked with was Bob Dylan producer, Don DeVito, and head of A&R at the time. And this was actually the last song of 85 songs that I wrote to go on an album. So just to share a little bit, when you listen to 10, there was a lot more than that produced prior. It's called Here I Try. Wandered down stormy streets and I survived the pouring rain, helped by the look from a young girl's eye. And if I make it through to a clear warm sky, I'll be thankful for the time. I look at my hands and walking down my lifeline. Yes, here I try. Here I try. And if there should be some wall built wide, lying across my road, I'll put my tackle high and scale it best I can. Never the one that falls. Yeah, here I try, walking down my lifeline. Here I try to balance the darkness with the light. Here I try to make what I can write. Here I try, living my lifeline. I'm walking down my lifeline. Yes, here I try. Yeah, I try. And if I receive the touch from love's fingertips, gently on my brow, I'll keep that sweet caress safe from harm until my time has come. Yeah, here I try, walking down my lifeline. Here I try to balance the darkness with the light. Here I try to make what I can write. Here I try, living my lifeline. Here I try. Here I try. Thank you. Thank you very much. This is a little bit, I went through a phase where I wanted to paint more pictures with my lyrics. So this is a story about a couple, Augustine, Mary, and Ray. As night settles down on the border town and the moon hushes the day, there's not to be found any sound around, just waves caressing the bay. little gray house at the edge of the wood live Augustine, Mary, and Ray. He was a sculptor in things of clay and married for better or worse. But she was a screamer, a star-crossed dreamer whose voice could shatter the night. Why, she threatened her down and called no man if the take-home was light. Oh, it's sad, it's so sad, wasting their nights away. Oh, it's sad, it's so sad. Augustine, Mary, and Ray, she dreamt of Ravenna, or maybe out with shows dans la musée. But he was just hard-pressed, working consignment from Eastport up to Kellis. Yeah, it's sad, so sad, wasting their time away. Yeah, it's sad, so sad. Augustine, Mary, and Ray. Can you see me? Can you hear me? The stars would hear Ray say. Can you save me? Rearrange me? The stars would hear Ray pray. As night settles down on the border town and the moon hushes the day, in a little gray house at the edge of the wood live Augustine, Mary, and Ray. Oh, it's sad, it's so sad, wasting their nights away. Yeah, it's sad, it's so sad, wasting their time away. Yeah, it's sad, it's so sad. Augustine, Mary, and Ray. Yeah, it's sad, it's so sad. But don't waste all hope away.
Nice.
Thank you. Let's see, what should we do next? So I'm a lover of the blues. When I was 12 or so, got a crappy old guitar and was told you're going to take lessons. And I went to the music store and they gave me a book, Mel Bay book. And, I went the first week and I went the second week. And then the third week I told the guy, I said, I'm not really like digging this so much. Can you teach me the blues? And he said, well, I can't do that here, but if you come to my house, I'll teach you more than that. So I was fortunate to have a wonderful experience with a music teacher who was a classical guitarist, but he shared with me everything from Segovia to Miles Davis to the blues to this and that, and really broadened my education on music. But the blues always stuck with me, and I don't mean to have any connectivity other than be an appreciator of that genre. But I did live in New Orleans for a while, and got so totally inspired that I did have to write something that's kind of like a blues. And this is called Oh My My. I see you lying there up on the floor with your hand held high, reaching out for more. But that look in your eyes makes me wonder why. Oh my, my. I saw it coming on, that cool, cool stare. You ache for love, but you don't know where. Ask me to hold you tight, I just can't reason why. Oh my, my. Sad lady, bad lady love, what you will. Sad lady, bad lady love, oh, what you will. I saw it coming on, that cool, cool stare. You ache for love, but you don't know where. Ask me to hold you tight, I just can't reason why. Oh my, my. Am I just one more guy here passing through your nights? When we touched, it was not right. Ask me to hold you tight, I just can't reason why. Oh my, my. My, my. Yeah, oh my, my. Oh my, my. Thank you. I'd like to change guitars. In just a moment or two, you're going to be seeing a video. I have a band with some absolutely fabulous, wonderful musicians that I've been playing with for decades. They're absolutely great, and we had put together something just as an audition tape, and it wound up becoming more than that. And we'll be sharing that in a few minutes. And it's a very powerful, song with high impact, kind of heavy sounding. And this past fall, I wanted to do something on the other side of that coin. So I recorded an acoustic album, and up at Dirt Floor Recording Studios. Kudos, Eric, and all. Give a shout out there. Great bunch of guys. But did an acoustic album, and it's entitled Radocire. I came across the word. It's an Italian word, and it means to sweeten or to soften. And I thought, wow, thanks for letting me bump into such a interesting word. And that's the title of the album and the title track for the album. And so it's an acoustic album. So you have choices. If you go to YouTube or Apple or whatever your platform is, you can hear the band in all its glory. And you can also pick up this acoustic song. Breathe deep, relax, sit back. Thank you. I've been living the dog's life. I travel by with no rest in sight. And I've seen children laying ocean board. They never feel the love they should. I see eyes in need and they just don't look right to me. I've heard of Eden, but I've smelled hell. I've seen them lined up down by the wishing well. Memories of their million sins. But amnesia strikes and that's all done again, again. I see eyes in need and they just don't look right to me. Can't you see the eyes in need comforting? Can't you see the eyes in need comforting? Can't you see the eyes in need comforting? Can't you say the eyes need comforting? I'd like to see their shoes. Mother Mary, mercy please. Send a message that all can read. And when they read, make sure they understand the flesh and blood that makes up every hand. I see eyes in need and they just don't look right to me. I see eyes in need and they just don't look right to me. Can't you see the eyes in need comforting? Can't you see the eyes in need comforting? Can't you see the eyes in need comforting, comforting? Can't you see the eyes in need
Oh, wow. 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 I don't know if I'm as moved towards the imagery that is so profoundly now. I'm in a weird space anyway, emotionally, but wow. Wow. No wonder you have, now did you win or were nominated for 5 international awards for this video?
One.
You won 5. Guys, 5 international awards for that video. That, under any circumstances, is impressive, right? Right? And when we look at what's going on in the world around us today, I hope everybody gets to see this video. I'm gonna, once the show airs, I'm gonna put it everywhere. Like, I have about 5,000 viewers on Facebook.
Great.
And then Grandma's Attic Review, and other places that I post of, and I'm gonna put it everywhere.
Beautiful. Because UNICEF.
In spite of UNICEF, people need to see and hear that song today. Wow. What gave you those words? And you had said to us before, and I just want our listeners, our viewers to know that you worked with a producer over 100 hours to put together the imagery for this video.
100 days.
Oh, 100 days. 8 hours a day or more.
No, not that, but over a period of 100 days. Yeah.
Wow. What brought this to you? Was it your muse, or did you really have something that you really needed to say? I know that one of the reasons you write music is because you have a message to put out there. So tell me about this song and why it's so rich and so valuable.
Thank you for asking. If we roll back the clock in time, there was a movie back a while ago called The Killing Fields.
Yep.
And The Killing Fields was about Americans pulling out of Vietnam.
Yep.
And the Cambodian was worse, and it's a story following this Vietnamese person that has to try to navigate his way to some form of civilization out of Vietnam and through Cambodia, through the killing fields, actual
right.
slaughter of humans. And it's his story. And when I saw the film, there's a 2-second shot of a small naked child sitting in a road looking up at the sky, and bombs are bursting everywhere. And just in that instance, in that film, the whole song came, Eyes of Need.
Wow.
Pardon me?
Wow. It's pretty emotional.
Yeah,
it's
very.
Pretty real.
It took me a while to do the original version, which is much different than what's in the video that we, again, from my Columbia Records album.
Right.
And the label said, weren't interested. And I
Ha
said,
ha on them.
Yeah. So, time passes, and we had an opportunity to submit to play a club date in New York, the Iridium, which was Les Paul's club.
Right.
And they asked me, well, can you put together a demo of what you're doing currently? And I thought, okay, if I'm going to go in the studio, this song is going in.
Yep.
But it's going in with a heavy punch to it.
It did.
And
it does.
And we did that. We never got the Iridium gig. However, someone else heard the song and said, oh, you guys should make a video out of this. And I said, oh yeah, like that's easy to do. And they said, no, we'll introduce you to a video guy, Sam Packinen, absolute marvelous talent. And then Sam and I worked together for like 100 days, put it together. And then we showed it back to that person. They said, oh, you should put this in film festivals. And we said, how do you do that?
Right.
And he said, it's simple. You look them up and you send it in. Well, now we've been so fortunate and so blessed to win 5 major awards and really good ones. The LA Film and Documentary Awards we think is like a great award to win.
There is a diamond in that crown right there. Absolutely.
And 2 weeks ago, we just added the 5th. We won the what's called the Alpine International Awards. And if you know about like Davos and the political center of the universe,
Right.
So this is a film festival dedicated to social consciousness.
justice.
Yeah, and so that was again another huge honor to win.
Absolutely. When you
forum.
said social consciousness, I have taken that word away from, because we can't just be conscious of
right.
what's going on. We've got to
Act.
push. We've got to create justice, even if it's one person at a time. I don't know if you know Mark Rabaska, but he's written a song called "Try a Little Kindness," and he says it's my fault. I made him write a song about kindness for Kindness Day, which is November 13th.
Okay.
And kindness is really important. But if we could move out and not just be conscious of the evil that's surrounding us and taking over this world, if we could be conscious of the kindness that we can show to create justice, don't get me going. Don't get me going. It's a hard world right now. This video it's been around a little while now, but if we get that out there now, maybe somebody's eyes will be opened that has more pull than you and I do.
Absolutely.
You know, more pull than, I mean, I think that I have a little pull and I get to put a lot of great music out there, but I can't change the world. But I can change my community one person at a time.
There you go.
Right?
That's right.
And that video will do that. It will. It can. And I'm going to make sure that I can put it everywhere.
Wonderful.
You have no idea. When I say something like that, it's so real. Because I'll spend hours putting it out on different levels and different stream things. And yeah, let's get that out there. But now let's talk about you, because I want to know more about you. How long have you been playing music?
If I may just
Yeah, go
put
ahead.
one little punctuation
Of
point.
course.
We're so honored to align at the end of the video. It asks to donate to UNICEF.
Absolutely.
And to work with UNICEF because they're frontline in catastrophic places right now.
Yes, they are.
And we did a benefit with Yale
Yep.
students and UNICEF in December. We're looking forward to doing another. We're hoping the model catches on beyond our Connecticut community,
Right.
and goes along. The event was called Eyes of Need, very fittingly. And earlier in my set, I did a song, What Can I Do With My Love, which
Right.
again adds to the theme. But let me go in your direction. What would you like?
I just want a little more. This is all big and wonderful and amazing. Let's tell our listeners, our viewers, a little bit about you. When did you start playing music, or when did the music bug bite you?
Boy, I think when I was a kid hearing Christmas carols.
Okay, that makes
melodies.
sense.
I don't have a consciousness about it, but when I get asked that kind of question, I always go there for some odd reason, something about the melody. And then along came the Beatles, masters of melody. They were
Oh my
like
God, right?
our modern Bach,
Right. I had a person in my life, intimately in my life, that, quote, I hate the Beatles, unquote. What? It doesn't make any sense. But you're right. They changed the face of the rock and roll that was already happening. They changed the face of that. And I think that's really important. When did you start playing out in public? And had you started writing your own music at that point?
Yeah, so uncanny. Started playing in a 3-piece rock band, organ, drums, and guitar, which I wasn't very good at, but at like 14 years old. And I can never copy other people. I don't know what that is. but I could write stuff, and I
Okay.
could rearrange stuff. So, you know, you go, oh wow, I feel like I'm really poor at this. But then I discovered that, well, you're better at that, you know, and there's many flowers in the garden. We all get our talents, and you know, we're all made a little bit different. So
Well, thank goodness.
absolutely. And so songwriting became, you know, I discovered that, oh, this is, I guess, what I do. And didn't really dive too deep into it, but came home from my freshman year in college, answered an ad in the paper, back when there was ads in papers, looking for a guitar player. And it was 4 other guys that wrote their own music. And I said, I had never heard of that, you know, it's like possible. And just to make the story short, who knows what's tomorrow, because we went from being in a basement in a house in Hamden to a year later, we were signed by the Beatles publisher, Dick James Music. And life changed, and we were,
I bet it changed immeasurably.
we were recording.
Where
writing.
did he see you play that he wanted to sign you?
This is cute. We were playing little clubs in New York, and there was a club at that time uptown. It's now down on Bleecker, called Kenny's Castaways, and we were playing there. And one of the guys in the group had talked a woman named Mary Martin to come see us.
I know Mary. I don't know her.
Not the actress.
Oh,
this
okay.
is an industry. She was
Okay.
with Warner Brothers, but she
Okay.
was the person that hooked up Bob Dylan and the band,
Right?
introduced them. So she came to our show. I don't know how we managed it, but she came to our show, and we played, and then we closed down. We all went in the dressing room, and she began to tell us how lousy we were. And, you know, she wasn't really interested, and, you know, thanks for inviting me, but, you know, the bass player was like really terrible. And she had nothing good to say, so much. Kind, polite, but it wasn't going anywhere. She leaves, and we get a knock on the dressing room door, and it's this other guy that works for Dick James Music, which is the Beatles publisher.
Right.
He sees Mary Martin going in. He comes in with his card. He says, you guys available? Come up to the office tomorrow. And next thing you know, 30 days later, we're signed to Dick James Music. You know, it's like as a kid, it's like a dream
That's
come
huge.
true.
It is. It really is.
Magical, yeah.
So you got to do some touring, and you got to cut some records.
Yeah, we cut a lot of studio time. As I was talking to folks here, I was 19 and had the, I got to record at Jimi Hendrix's Electric Ladyland studio. It was like, oh, wow. You
Those
know,
are the
what
kind-
universe am I in? This is great.
Right, those are the kinds of memories that you hand down to your grandchildren. Those are the kinds of memories you better write down in a book.
Yeah.
You better write down, even in just a journal, and someone will make it a book for you later, but you really need to write that stuff down. That's big deal stuff.
They're exciting times.
They are. And that was when rock and roll was iconic rock and roll. Some of the best music ever played was back then, you know, and now it's all, I have people coming to me that are doing AI music,
So no.
and I'm like, you didn't write this. They're like, yeah, but I put it together. I'm like, no, you really didn't. I'm really not interested. And they're like, but it's my song. I said, it's your words, maybe, but none of the rest of it's yours. And it's all digitalized, and I'd like a little analog in my hearing. So people are very quickly turning away from me because I don't want to see, hear, or deal with AI music. I want you to come in and play live on my TV show. I want people to come live into the radio station and play a song, or bring me their music on a CD, and I'll play it live, and I'll tell people about it. I may reach 100 people, but it's a big deal. So listen, if you could change the world in any way within the next 5 years, and you only have 5 years to make a big difference, what are you going to do?
So I did a song called Here I Try, and I'm trying. I'm currently serving on a leadership board for the American Lung Association.
Okay.
And trying to promote their mission. I'm also on the board of directors for something called Arts for Learning in Connecticut.
Okay, I know about Arts for Learning of Connecticut.
And wonderful group, bringing all the avenues of the arts to schools and school children. So definitely advocate for them. And again, mission statement through the Eyes of Need video.
Yep.
And we're wrapping up recording right now at Power Station, New England,
Okay.
Sonolis. And in there we have a couple of songs that have something to say that we hope, once released, hopefully goes out to your audience and many more. And we continue to kind of be carry the flag and try to do good, supporting UNICEF. I mean,
I haven't even heard the organization UNICEF literally in years. I didn't know it was still an operating organization. And I'm going to bring you on to the radio show, and we're going to talk more about this to a different kind of audience.
Okay.
And we'll bring your new songs there also.
Great.
I'm so blessed. I thank Terry every time she sends me someone, because it's always someone brilliant. And I
Thank you.
vividly remembered our conversation and where I was sitting the day that you and I talked. Do you remember that day?
I'm sure, but I don't know where you were sitting.
I was sitting in my living room, and my living room is kind of every USA living room. A couple of chairs, a couch, an idiot box, and a piano. What else goes in a living room,
There you
right?
go. Yeah.
And I was just thinking to myself, he needs to come sit in my living room and play some of this music for people that have never heard it before. So anyway, I'm so blessed that you're here. I wish I had another hour to talk with you, but I'm going to bring you on the radio, and I'll do that.
Perfect.
But now we have to leave. So if you would take us out with one more song, make it yours, make it real, and make it count. And I'll say goodbye. Well, don't forget to unleash yourself. Mark, thank you so much. I'm so blessed.
Thank you, Dot.
Namaste, my friend. You're brilliant, and
Thank
you're
you
going to
so
make a
much.
difference in this world. You really are. So take us out. And while he's getting ready to take us out with a song, let me remind you all that kindness is a superpower. Do you see what this is? This says, cultivate kindness. And I can't tell you how important that is right now. We all need a little kindness. We need to be kind first to ourselves. If you don't give yourself the oxygen, you can't give it away. Be kind to yourself, and then be kind to those around you. If you see someone walking down the street with no shoes or no socks or no coat, and you can help them, do. Smile at a stranger. Hold the door for a vet. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.
Dreaming about a little town, something cozy right on the sound. Hoping now we'll make it there and live a life without a care. Maybe someday I'll find a way. Yeah. No. Take it high, now shoot it down low. We gotta find a way to stop the fights, make everybody feel alright. I said maybe someday we'll find a way. Yeah, He don't like him, she don't like her. What is up with this universe? We gotta find a way to stop the fights, make everybody feel alright. I said maybe someday we'll find a way. Yeah, we'll find a way. Yeah, maybe someday. Maybe someday